Hi, everyone. I am Taylor Manning, and I am so excited to talk about this today and talk about this funny thing that happens where we chase a big milestone, we hit it or we get close to it. Because I know a lot of you are close to this, right? You're right around the corner. Maybe it'll be this month or next month, or maybe you've already hit it. And then you kind of realize, like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was. And I was talking earlier to one of my programs about chasing things just to hit the goal and how I did that this year with wanting a six-figure launch. I wanted a six-figure launch to show you guys that I could do it and that I was good enough and that I knew how, and so I could start talking about it, right? I wanted to have that big launch, that big successful launch simply because I wanted to be seen as successful. Right? And to be really honest with you guys, it's the same reason that I went after 5-figure months in the beginning. So what I want to do really quick, if you guys will bear with me for a second, is share this out into my Facebook group. If you're not already there, it is the Ambitious Badass Entrepreneur group. Pretty epic, if I do say so myself. So I would go head over and join that. So let's share this. And then we'll put the same title. Why not share it out, right, guys? Get the most reach that you can. Okay, post. Boom. Okay, we should be good. So we are going to dive into this in 1 second. If you don't already know me, I am Taylor Manning, and I help ambitious and up-and-coming leaders of the industry who are really ready to go big in their business, go really big in their business. So my clients do really cool things like have 5-figure months, have multiple 5-figure months, and they're doing this consistently. And they're doing it usually, because it's something we have to work through, in a way that feels really good to them, right? And creates that time that they want in their business, and creates the lifestyle that they want. So that's what I really want to share with you guys over the next few weeks. I have a lot of really cool content planned out, and I want to show you how to go big in a way that's not like hustle, hustle, hustle. And I hustle all the time. I'm hustling today. Like, let's be honest. I've been working all day so far, but I'm creating a business where I'm making money almost every single day. I'm making passive income. My clients pay me really great rates that feel exciting and good. And honestly, like, one thing I was thinking about today, where my bank account balance has been growing every single month for well over a year now. And I don't say that to talk about how much money I have, but I say that to share with you that just because you have a business does not mean that you're not allowed to have any money. And it's funny how we start a business, obviously change the world and make an impact and things like that, but also for financial freedom. And our bank accounts are not growing, they are shrinking. And it's so annoying because it doesn't have to be that way. So I just want you to know that, like, there's proof that you can actually invest really big in your business, spend money and splurge and travel and do all of that, and hire coaches and hire team members and run Facebook ads and still have a profit and still pay yourself. And yeah, you could do that. So that's what I want to talk about a little bit. So let's read the title of this live stream and get focused. If you're here, say hi, by the way, because I really want to know who's here. And some of the stuff we're going to talk about today is kind of like, I don't know, I was nervous to do this on my business page. I was just going to do it in my group and keep it private and safe and not public to everybody, and talking about all these big numbers and stuff publicly. But I said, screw it, I'm going to do it and lead by example. So say hi if you're here. Support me a little bit. Make me feel safe. Okay, so title of this live stream: 10K months aren't as amazing as we thought, are they? For all the women who realized that focusing on hitting that next big milestone of success wasn't really what they wanted or needed, newsflash, 10K months are barely enough to survive. How to shift how you look at your business, what you sell, and what strategies you're focused on so that you can actually thrive in your business. Who's this live stream for? This live stream is for women who are making 5 to 10K months, probably in sales, women who are not seeing that really in cash, who are spending almost every single thing that they're making, and who feel like they're starting over from scratch month after month, right? So you've hit this level of success, other people see you as successful, but you feel like you're hustling your ass off to barely make any money, right? So, been there, done that, know how it feels, so you're okay. That's the only reason why I can call you out like that, right? So here's the thing, guys. I mean, hey, Kiana, so good to see you lately. I'm so glad that you've been watching. Okay, so this is just the fact. I don't care what you're making in your business. I don't care if this is to me too, right? I don't care if you're making 0, 5K, 10K, 50K. I mean, I don't care if that's sales or cash. I don't really care what you're making in your business. If you don't feel 100% successful and like a leader and like you're living the life you want to live and like you have true financial freedom where you can just spend on things that you want and need and you don't have to worry about it and you're not stressed right now about making enough money before the end of the month comes, because we're halfway through the month. So if that stresses you out, I'm talking to you, right? You have to start thinking bigger. Simple, right? You have to start thinking bigger. The thing is, it's your fault that you are stuck here. It's your fault that you are struggling here. It's your fault that you are only making X amount of money. And the cool thing is like we can change it around today, but you've got to start thinking bigger. And I'm just going to riff on some things that are not my expertise. I am not a financial advisor or planner or anything like that, but I want to riff on some things that I've realized in the past year and a half or so that have allowed me to go from making barely 10K in sales to 20K a month cash or more, sometimes double or triple that in cash every single month for the past year. Okay. So these are some of the things that have happened that have been like aha moments for me. So, and then tell me if any of these are aha moments for you, or if you're like, fuck yeah, I want to think bigger. I want to make more money. I want to be more successful. I want to actually have freedom. Because I think that's what a lot of us are about, right? So here's a really interesting thing that I found out. I found this out through a coach of mine who I consider very successful. And then I heard it also again from my accountant, who is a Profit First advisor or accountant or whatever they call it. Profit First is a book. I was about to say it's free. It's not free. It's cheap, right? It's like $12 or $15 or maybe 20 at the most, but buy that on Amazon right now if you haven't read it. And if you're someone who cares about your financial situation, it's going to be awesome for you to read. I love it. And I actually have an accountant who's certified through them and is actually implementing all of it for me. So the thing is that we talked about is a really good profit margin for your business is, and again, I don't know this like as fact, it's just kind of an opinion. It's kind of statistics. It's whatever, right? I'm not telling you that this is where you should be or anything, but bear with me. I'm just trying to call you the fuck out so you start thinking bigger and start making more money and start being more free, right? That's my job. That's it. So not most businesses, a good profit margin that you should maybe, it's called Profit First, Nanette, and I'm super glad that you're here, and I love your picture and your hair. It's awesome. And I love that Kiana commented and Nanette commented because I see like, boom, purple hair, boom, epic teal hair. I love it. Profit First is the book. So the good profit margin, you guys are probably like at the edge of your seats, like, just tell us. It's like 50%, right? So what this means is that 50% of what you make each month in cash, not in sales. We're done with talking about sales. We're talking about cash money in the bank. 50% of that would go towards things like, I don't know, running your business, paying for your office if you have that, buying your computers, your phone bill for talking to clients, any tools that you use in your business. So if you're a web designer and you have like, licenses to like WordPress themes or whatever, paying your team, paying your coach, running Facebook ads, anything, the tools that you use in your business is like 50%. Okay. Other 50% is cash left over, which goes to you and can be saved and can be used, to spend later on whatever, right? It's just your money. It's profit. It's leftovers, right? It sounds so bad. But that's what it is. It's like 50-50. Some people have different numbers. Some people are worse than that. Some people are better than that, whatever. Some people didn't even know this number. But when I found that out, what it made me realize was two really interesting things. At that time, I had no money left over in my business, and I was making 5 figures, $8,000 to $12,000, $17,000. I was spending every single ounce of the money, right? I had nothing left over. And I will tell you this, I was spending a lot of that money on rent, on electricity bill, on clothes, on eating, right? Like I was spending a lot of it on me, a lot of it on my business, but I had nothing left over. I wasn't separating it or anything. So a couple things I realized. One, what you spend on your business is so separate from what you spend on yourself. You need to start thinking of your business as a business, first of all, where you get paid a paycheck. Like I literally get paid a paycheck. I think a really great size paycheck too that I'm super excited about. Every week I get paid, I get a paycheck, I get money put into my savings, and I pay the government money for taxes every single week, right? It's really cool what my accountant has been doing for me. And I have money left over in my business account, just like chilling, right? That's just like growing and growing every month because I'm profitable. So couple things. I realized I wasn't spending 50% on my business. And if you're not, and I'm not saying this is the golden number, but if you're not anywhere near that, if you're spending 10%, 20%, it's up to you, right? This isn't the right answer. But if you're not anywhere near that, I just encourage you to take a second to look at why and if you are investing enough in your business. And I'm not talking about a coach at all. I'm talking about team members. Do you have an accountant? Do you have a lawyer? I do, right? I'm paying for all that and I still have a profit. Do you have an assistant? Do you have a front-end assistant that's helping you with customer service and payments? And do you have a back-end assistant that's helping you with stuff like your website and lead pages and your funnels? Or are you doing everything yourself? Because you cannot grow your business that far without any help at all, right? And are you investing in ads? You don't have to, but it's something to consider. Are you spending so much time trying to grow your list with no results? Maybe you need ads. Maybe you do need a coach or a mentor or a strategist or something to help you with that. I looked and I realized I wasn't investing enough into my business to grow my business, right? And I'm not even talking about the coaching, because what was so funny and backwards was I was investing a shit ton into coaching, but I wasn't investing in team members. I wasn't investing in ads. I wasn't investing in any of that. And there's got to be some balance there, right? So obviously it's all important, and I've done all of it, but you get what I mean? So I realized, one, I need to be investing more. And then I realized, oh, I need to be making more too, because if I'm going to start spending 50% on my business, I'm taking money away from me. And so now I need to increase my income goal overall, because I still deserve that 50% profit at least, right? And I think even as an online business, depending on your mission and what you want to scale to, you might even be able to get above 50% profit, but you don't want to try to get above 50% profit by cheaping out on your team and your ads and your your coaches, for sure. Don't want to cheap out on that. But do you get what I mean? So I was like, I need to invest more in my business and I need to make more money to have that 50% profit. What we do wrong, Nanette, I'm glad that you needed this today. I hope that it's really helping you. And anyone else who's like, okay, yeah, I need to set my income goal way higher because I, first of all, just deserve it and it makes sense as a business. It's not even me being greedy or wanting too much. Like, if you want to be bringing home $5,000 a month to pay your bills, then you need to be making $5,000 a month in your business too. So your goal should be 10K at least, but really it shouldn't even be 10K, because 5K to invest in your business is nothing and 5K in your life is hardly anything. But even besides that, even if that feels plenty, like, you need to be, I mean, you don't need to, but don't you deserve to save a little bit of money? And don't you deserve to have a little bit of extra money to pay taxes or for like a business emergency? Because if you run an online business, you don't know when your computer is going to go out or break or anything like that. Like it's not even that you deserve it, or it's not even that you're even thinking big. You're not thinking big at 10K months yet. That's not even thinking big. That's barely enough. That's barely enough to have that savings in there, because if this computer break, I mean, I have a backup, so it's a little exaggerated at this point, but I did have times where I had to go to Best Buy and buy a computer that day, right? And at that point, I put it on a credit card, but I mean, you just need it. It's not even thinking big to have a 10K month. Do you guys get what I mean? This is really on point. So good. Good. Like, that's just how I want us thinking, and that's the truth. And it holds you back, because I mean, let's face it, like, humans are emotional, let alone women are emotional. That's like a terrible statement to make, but humans are emotional, and we just are. And we start getting all worried about if we're greedy or if we're wanting too much. Or to be honest with you guys, this month I got into this funk right before my vacation, so maybe last month, but whatever, where I was like, oh, maybe I should just be happy with what I have, and maybe I shouldn't need to make all this money, and getting all up in my head when it's like, wait, no, because I'm not what? I'm not being greedy. I'm paying a team a lot of money, and I'm paying them well, and I want to pay them better, and I want to run a business because I want to help you guys and change your life, and I know my clients' lives are being changed, but I need money in savings. I need money to pay the government taxes. I need to have a bank balance. Like, if you're running a business and your bank balance is almost always at zero, like, I don't even understand what's going on, right? You have to, I'm not telling you what's right and wrong about money, but I'm just saying, like, when you think about it this way, it's going to change your mind really, really quick. And this is how the big CEOs think. They're not sitting around worrying if they're being greedy or if they just should be happy with what they have or whatever. They're like, no, I can't let my team down. I can't tell my assistant tomorrow, like, I don't have the money to pay you. Like, and here's the other thing. This is going to be in here later on, but the other thing I want to mention is, like, you should have enough money, Kiana, exactly, right? You should have enough money to pay your team and your tools and your Facebook ads and your taxes, even if you do have a slow month or a slow couple of weeks. And when I say slow, I mean you choose to. I went on vacation for a whole week of August, no internet. I'm going to leave Wednesday to Sunday to go to California. Last week I took the week, I worked, but I didn't want to sell. I felt like I just want to nurture you guys and give you content. I don't want to sell right now. That was okay. I still have money. I don't feel like I need to fill this program or make cash right now or stress out about money. Like, everyone's paid, team's paid, I'm paid, taxes are paid, money's in the savings. It's okay if I take a couple weeks off, right? A couple weeks off, like, you would get that at a corporate job a lot of the time, right? So, especially for how much freaking work we put into our businesses, right? So if you were the CEO of a corporate company, you'd be definitely getting a couple weeks off. So that's just what I want you to be thinking about, right? Even if it's not financial advice or whatever, but it's really frustrating. Sometimes I want to take my clients and, like, just shake them, like, grab them by the shoulders and shake them, because I'm like, you are not greedy and you're not actually thinking that big. Like, great job, 10K month, but you're still barely making enough money. And if you guys are not even anywhere close to that, you might be thinking, like, 10K, like, that would solve all my issues. But I honestly, I'm just going to be honest, I haven't seen one business owner, and I might be wrong, there probably are some out there. I haven't seen any business owners that I've worked with that have been not happy, but totally satisfied and felt like they made it when they got to 10K month. And a lot of us are getting to a 10K month, and it's a 10K month in sales. I know when I started hitting 5-figure months, I was making sales, and I didn't realize that there was obviously I realized, but when people were sharing their numbers, I didn't realize that there was a difference between sales and cash. And you know what? If you hit your first 5-figure sales month, go celebrate. That's epic. And sales do matter. It does frustrate me. People say, like, sales means nothing. It's pointless, but sales do mean something, because if you've got a good contract, and you are signing clients that you're meant to work with, sales count. Payments that are coming in next month, they count. That's awesome, because that money's going to be in your bank. But it also matters what you bring in this month in cash in the bank, because you got bills this month, right? Of course. So I think it's interesting to think about both. And so now any numbers that you hear me share are typically, unless I say sales, they're cash, right? I just think it's interesting to think about that. And that 50% of profit and 50% spent on your business is the cash, not the sales, because you can't spend what you don't have yet. You can spend it later next month, but you can't spend it this month. Hey, Adeline, totally just saw this late and realized it's probably because I haven't liked your page. Girl, like it. If you're on here, like my page. If you're watching this long, like the page. Because I'm going to start doing almost all the live streaming from here for a couple reasons and just to test it out. Like the page, subscribe, whatever you've got to do to find my live streams, do it. I'm not an expert in what you got to do. But so something I have written in my notes, I'm going to look at my notes so I don't forget anything really good, because these are awesome and I want to make sure you get everything. But I just wrote, you're a CEO, not an employee. Stop looking at 10K months as this big thing, right? And I wrote, that's nothing. 10K months is nothing. It is, but it's not at the same time. And so I think there's this balance between looking at 10K months, like, no big deal. That's barely enough. Like, 10K months, of course I'm going to make that. Of course I deserve to make that, especially if you're struggling with that deserving stuff if you're newer. But of course you deserve to make 10K months. Of course you are making 10K months. Of course you're going to. That's like bare minimum, right? That's like scraping by. but you also yes, of course, you want to be in gratitude for where you're at. You want to be in gratitude that you can pay your personal bills through your business, but don't forget that you're running a business. My first year as a freelancer, I made enough to scrape by, right? And I had a little extra because I'm not going to lie, I was making $2,000 a month as a college student. Like I was like rolling in it at the time, right? But then I got a tax bill that I didn't expect, right? I think like $700 or something. Now it's like, oh, not a big deal, but it was $700, and I think it was something around there. It was probably more than that, but $700, $800, whatever. I didn't save for that. I didn't think about it. I was like, I'm making enough money to pay my bills and like buy new stuff for my dorm room and like go see my boyfriend because we were long distance and like fly to Connecticut and see him. Like, this is awesome. But I had nothing left because I was just spending it all on myself. I wasn't thinking like, oh, if I want to spend $2,000 a month on me, I need to be making at least another $2,000 a month for my business because we're at least equivalent, right? We deserve to grow together. We both deserve to be paid. Taylor Manning Creative LLC is not Taylor Manning, right? And Taylor Manning is not Taylor Manning Creative LLC. What a long name. But you know what I mean? Do you get what I mean, right? Ellen, I was just saying this to someone yesterday. 10K months might feel big to some, but it's really not much in the context of owning a business. Yeah, and you know, I grew up in a family business where I don't think we were, you know, we weren't millionaires at all, but I mean, I remember seeing my dad like put all these invoices out and like, oh my God, like so many people are paying him like $100 a month and like thinking about how much money that was. But I also saw him buying trucks and tractors and paying taxes and paying an accountant and paying his employees thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every week. And it made me, I'm so glad that I went through that because I feel like I understand it a lot better than a lot of people, but this is why I know so many people struggle with it because I still do, even though I grew up in that kind of dynamic of, you know, the landscaping business is not our family, like that's separate. And yes, I think lifestyle wise, it combines, it's another topic, but financially, you both need finances. You both have bills, right? CEO and business, they get paid separate, right? And they both deserve to get paid. A lot of people say pay yourself first. A lot of people say invest in the business first. Why? Like both rise up at the same time and invest and pay and whatever. Liz, oh my God, the tax bills, LOL, been there. Right? Just saying, a lot of us, now I'm like, oh my God, stupid young Taylor, she didn't know this. But we're new in business. Like, we don't realize that we're going to get charged just for making money. I mean, you've got to be saving for that. It's not even that you deserve, you just should, you have to. You have to. That's money that's in your goal. And your goal is tax money. Boring, sucks, or how some people love it. It's however you feel about it. But a lot of us are like, oh, taxes, it sucks. It's so annoying. It's so expensive, whatever. But you've got to do it. And so that's going to make your income goal go up. But you should never have any I feel greedy or what, I'm not deserving or any. Of course you're deserving because the IRS thinks you're deserving of it, right? So that's what I want to share. I don't know if any of you guys have questions or other thoughts, but I really wanted to get this out there to you guys because I just hope that you can start thinking bigger and playing bigger and realize that while there's a lot of emotion that goes into business and I love it and talking to my clients about stuff like this all the time and it's totally fine. When it comes to money and making money, like sometimes you do got to change that was terrible grammar, I think, but sometimes you do have to change your perspective, you know, and just be like, I'm freaking out about 10K a month and it's barely enough. And that's, I mean, just as I grow my income, I'm always like on to the next level. And it's just because there's more to do. And I'm still not even living this luxurious life. I mean, so much better and so much more freedom than I had, but there's still more out there. There's still more money to be made. And it's just, you've got to change your perspective on it, right? There's not even words for it. So a couple things I just want you to think about, a couple questions. You can answer them in the comments if you want. You totally don't have to. A lot of this is just for your mind to realize what's going on. So it's time to shift your focus on this. It's time to think bigger, right? So just ask yourself really quickly in your head, are you charging enough for your services? And I could go into a whole spiel about every one of these questions, but you've got to be charging enough. You are screwing over your clients, each and every one of them, if you're not charging enough. Even if you need to charge more and it's going to be a stretch for them or it's going to be scary for you, like, you're screwing your clients over if you don't, because if you're sitting over here worrying about paying your tax bill, I mean, I don't want any of my coaches to be worried about paying their tax bill. I mean, I'm paying them and they're a business, and like, it doesn't even, like, that's not a service to your clients. It's a disservice to your clients. And so you should not be worrying about money when you're working with clients and running a business. You shouldn't need to be, it's not even need to be, you shouldn't be worrying about paying your team and your tools and all of that when you're running a business. That should be covered. I mean, even if you have just a minimal amount of clients, it should be covered. Are you focused on cash, or are you focused on sales in your business? And a follow-up to that is your income goal based on the next big milestone, or is your income goal based on things like this, the facts, the numbers, the things that you actually need to be making? And the other thing too, with the programs that you're selling, so many of us are focused on right now. I need $5,000 right now to rent this house. I need $5,000 right now to do this. I need $5,000 right now to pay my bills, pay my mortgage, blah, blah, blah. Are you setting up success in your business that lasts? Or are you setting up a quick high cash month or high sales month, right? Super cool. I can't wait for you to be celebrating these big milestones, but is it going to keep happening? Like, I mean, I'm really honored to be able to say, and just so thankful that I've been able to teach clients. I mean, I've had clients now who've been having 5-figure months for an entire year straight, right? It's consistent. I hear of so many people out there who they hit that month and then, I mean, they never hit it again, or they go up and down. And unless you're consciously deciding to make a ton of money one month and then chill out for 6 months, it shouldn't be that way. It doesn't have to be. It totally does not have to be that way. So think about, I mean, here's why I do like sales. Payment plans, awesome. If you can start the month, a lot of my clients are in this situation. They start the month with $5,000 or $10,000. I just talked to another client, I think they're at $14,000, where they start the month and they know they have at least, if they don't do anything else, $14,000 cash coming in. Yeah, a payment could fall through. Yes, someone could screw them over, but there's a lot of little payments in there. There's a lot of medium-sized payments in there. Even if 1 or 2 fall through, it's not a big deal, but they also are legally protected, so that's less likely to happen. But of course, yeah, sales don't really count. They could fall through, but come on, right? We want those payment plans coming in. We want people to be on retainers with us and paying month after month. The other thing is, are the programs you're putting out there scaling your time, or are they overworking you? I did this forever where I was like, more one-on-one clients. Okay, I'm full. I have 8 clients. I'm so stressed, but I need more money, so I'll take on 2 more. I'll have 10 clients. Okay, I'll take on 2 more. I'll have 12 clients. I was having 12 clients for months on end. I was exhausted, and that was a total disservice to my clients, right? But that was my fault. Right? I should have been focused on passive income. I should have been focused on masterminds, group programs, group intensives, things like that, courses. Yes, one-on-one is great and you can keep doing it, and I still do, but there's something to be said about scaling your time as well. You'll be able to serve people a lot better. Yeah, that's what I want to tell you. I have one thing I want to share with you guys that's really exciting for me. I'll put it in the comments. But I am opening up, I know it seems like all the programs I'm doing lately are mastermind style. I'm obsessed. They work really well. Clients get amazing results like this. I am reopening, honestly, I hope people in my other masterminds don't kill me, but my favorite mastermind, because this is for high-level women ready to go big, right? This is for the up-and-coming leaders. This is for the women that you see who are creating consistent 5 figures, multiple 5-figure months, who are traveling, who are saving money, who are giving back, and who are investing big time in their business because they have the money to do so. Money is seriously a huge tool that you deserve to have. So here's what you deserve, I think. And if you feel like you deserve these 2 but you don't have them, then this mastermind is really going to be supportive to you, of you. Payments coming in every month from clients, people locked into contracts that are paying you over time, and even pay in full, right? I've had countless people pay me $10,000 in full in one shot, and it's epic, right? But I've also had people pay me $2,000 or $3,000 a month over time, which is epic too. Passive income sales daily, even small. I mean, even if you were just making $20, $50 a day, that's going to add up, right? Programs that are yielding payments month after month, membership sites, masterminds, inner circles, like whatever you want to call them. A lot of my clients are doing programs that are more open enrollment. They're always getting payments for them. They're small payments, so even the people who cancel or whatever, it's no big deal. But really, essentially all of this so that you start your month like, yeah, I've got $5,000 cash or $10,000 cash that I pretty much know is coming in. And that starts your month off on such a different foot than, okay, it's a new month, I'm starting from zero. You guys ever been there? It sucks, right? Nobody wants to start from zero, and that's where a lot of us end up is we're having 5-figure months or close to, or 5K months, or who cares what? It doesn't even matter who cares, but you're starting from zero every single month, and it's exhausting and it's stressful, and that stress just takes away from your clients, it takes away from yourself, it takes away from your family, all of that. Here's the other thing. You deserve enough money to pay your expenses, pay yourself, save money, have a profit. Your bank account balance should be growing every single month. When I moved into this house, it's a rental house that we rent, doesn't matter, but we rent this house, me and my boyfriend. And when we moved here, it's funny because we're thinking about moving again, but when we moved here, we were doubling what we were paying for rent, and my boyfriend was scared to death, but we were doubling our rent. And keep in mind, we were paying nothing, pretty much nothing at our other house. So but for us at the time, it's scary, right? And when I went and paid that first rent payment, so how I pay my rent, it's old fashioned, right? I go to the bank, I put my card in the ATM, I take money out, or I go to the front desk, but I always see my balance. And that's the only time I go to the bank. And that first time I did that, I said, every time I go to this ATM, my bank balance is higher. Every time I go to this ATM, my bank balance is higher than it's ever been. And my phone might ring in a second, guys. We'll see. I think we're good. That's what I said. And every single month, I'm not shitting you, it has grown. And obviously, it's a little bit of manifestation and woo-woo, but it's also actually being strategic in my business. And I'm like, I don't want this double rent or whatever to affect me. Like, I'm going to keep having more money. It doesn't matter if I spend more on myself. It doesn't matter if I invest more in my business. This bank balance is going to go up every month on the 10th of the month or whenever I come here. It's going to be higher and higher and higher. And it's so freaking cool because I'm keeping cash in my business. And I didn't realize that this was such an epidemic, but I hear it all the time that people are at zero every month. Okay, last thing, knowing that you can take a week off or a month off because you have enough money, first of all, that even if you don't make any, you're fine, but also because your business is making money even if you're not taking action. And then when you do take alien action, when you do take daily action, it's like, boom, really big results. So that's what you deserve, and that's what I'm teaching in this mastermind. So if you check out the sales page, it's going to explain everything for you. This is my second time doing this program, and I have some really cool testimonials. Alex and Jenny, they are, Jenny's not on here, but Alexandra is, and her business partner is Jenny, and they are just killing it. They have this big goal of 50K months. They're still working towards it, but they've had 20K months together with this program. They're the ones that are starting their month off with, I think, $14,000 cash coming in. They have payments from clients. They have a mastermind or a membership site going on now. They're about to start launching more passive income. They're doing epic. Stephanie Hoffman has been working with me for a while. We're actually not working together anymore. I want to say like finally, because it's been so long of working together, but she's one of my clients that I've seen have 5-figure months consistently for, I want to say a year. I'm not sure, but for so long. And then Jenna is also a longtime client. She had her 20K launch during this mastermind. And then Kiara, oh my gosh, had her first $16,000 month in this program. Carly filled out her one-on-one program finally and increased her prices finally, and finally stepped up as a leader. I say finally because it just is like, do it already. And had a $12,500 month. And then Erica's testimonial is really, really awesome because she was seeing that she was really close or at 5-figure sales months, but I remember we were talking on the phone, she's like, I'm not making that cash. Like, I'm so frustrated because I thought when I would get here, everything would be so different. But she was only making $3,000 or $4,000 cash, which is normal. And I think a lot of you who are at that level can probably really relate. Now she's been making 5 figures cash every month consistently, right? So really cool results from this program. The results can happen really fast. This program is for you. Like, what are kind of the prereqs? Where should you be in your business? Already making some money in your business, signing clients. You can read these and see where people were at when they started the last round. The thing is I definitely think that you should already be making money in your business consistently for quite a few months. and it could be inconsistent amounts. You might already be at 10K sales. But you need to be at this point where you're just fed up. This is who the program's for, because we're going to get epic results in this program. I mean, the women in this program are going to be having 10K cash months, 20K cash months, doing big launches, things like that. So you need to be at a point where you're ready for that. And when I say ready for that, the thing is, there's no secret. I'm going to tell you the truth. The women in this last round were at all different points, and I would share that with you, but they don't all really share. But we had women in this program who only had a couple one-on-one clients before we had that are on this sales page that had 5-figure cash months. We have women who had been doing their business for a long time but were super up and down and inconsistent. Women who were already consistent at 5 figures but went even bigger, doubled their income to multiple 5-figure months, and then everything in between. So the fact is, the secret, when you get to this point where you're ready for multiple 5-figure months, 10K cash months, whatever you want, it's not that you get to this certain point. It's not that you've had X amount of clients. It kills me when people say that. It's not that you're fully booked. It's not that you've had X amount of clients. It's not that you've had this certain amount of money consistently for this amount of months. You know what it is? The secret? You're ready for this when you're fed up with how things are going. Even though, like, if you're ambitious and you're an overachiever, you're going to get me here. If you're not, you're not going to get me, and the program's not for you. But if you're an ambitious overachiever, 1, this is for you. But 2, you'll relate to this. You do better and better every month. You're getting, I mean, sometimes maybe you do have a time where you don't, but it's like you're always getting better at things, and you're always learning, and you're always doing things where people are proud of you or excited for you or looking up to you, but it doesn't feel enough, right? That's because what people like us want is true freedom, and it's hard to get there. It's a big thing to reach, and you're not going to get there if you think like everybody else. If you think that a 10K month is a big deal, if you think that what you're doing in your business is this big deal, you're an overachiever, you're fucking killing it, you're amazing, you're doing more than most people, but you're still ready for more, right? I don't care how many clients you've had. I don't care any of that. I do want people in this program who've already been making money, who feel pretty confident in their skills to sign one-on-one clients, who are already paying their bills, like not struggling. I think that there's a different focus for you if you're there, but you're ready to learn the things that are actually going to change this. I'm talking about topics that most people are not talking about. That's why I love this mastermind so much, because it gives me a chance to talk about things that, 1, most people don't really understand and aren't ready for, and don't agree with a lot of it. I don't teach you, here's exact strategies. Here's how to build a business just like mine. I will tell you anything you want to know about my business, but I'm going to teach you how to be a CEO and how to actually think like this and to create your own success and create your own business to look how you want it. It's on here what I'm going to show you how to do, but I'm going to show you how to step up as a leader. I'm going to show you how to increase your prices significantly. I'm going to show you how to rework your program so they create more time freedom. I'm going to show you all the systems that I use to automate things in my business. I'm going to show you what I do every day to create $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 cash months like I have in the past year. I'm going to show you actually how to strategize, how to start your month off with any amount of cash you want, and how to start working towards that. I'm going to show you how to launch programs and how to launch in general, 5-figure and multiple 5-figure launches that you can do every month if you want without killing yourself. I'm going to show you how to use your intuition in your business so that you know the next step for you and you don't have to keep relying on a coach that's charging you a shit ton of money to give you answers that work for them but not for you. I'm going to show you how to actually create a profit in your business and actually have cash in your bank account. Not from an accountant standpoint, but from a marketing standpoint. I'm going to show you a little bit about building your team, implementing systems, all of that so that you're not doing all this stuff that you hate doing. And then finally, we're of course going to talk about high-level visibility, high-level content, list and community growth, Facebook ads, funnels, launching. You can have access to almost any piece of material I have in my business. And then we're going to be doing a ton of masterminds, weekly trainings. It's going to be freaking epic. I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. So really quickly, before I hop off here, thank you guys for hanging out too, for those of you who are sticking around. Check out this sales page, because when you buy this week, you're going to get the best price, of course. I think the price is epic for what you're going to learn. And I think that this is the best content out there. I don't know. Is that cocky to say? But I just am tired of there not being this. I mean, even the coaches I work with, like, none of them really works specifically with high level people that are wanting this. Like, it's so frustrating. It's so hard to find somebody that teaches this, and doesn't teach newbies and doesn't teach the same shit that we've learned over and over. But anyway, if you join this week, I'm going to give you a one-on-one session with me that you can use whenever you want. I don't care. You can use it whenever you want, during our program or a little after, a little before, I don't care. But you're going to get a free session with me. It's going to be 30 minutes. We can get a lot done, I promise, where we can talk about whatever. And of course, as we get to know each other in the program, if you wait a little bit to book it, I'll be able to help you really figure out what's going to be the best use of your time for that. But I am adding onto my website, actually, if you're curious, I am adding the ability to buy single sessions with me, and a 1-hour session is going to be $1,000. So, pretty cool, right? And one-on-one with me now is $20,000. So if you want to know how to really increase your prices and step up and work with clients who are willing to actually pay you what you're worth, while also not actually paying that price right now for a long-term program, this is going to be awesome. And I can promise that there are going to be epic, badass, ambitious, mind-blowing, mind-blowing women in here that you're going to be able to meet and hang out with, and that aren't worried about things that we're not worried about. And one last thing, I know I keep saying one last thing, but I promise the last thing, I'm going to go. If you have questions, ask now. If you have questions, send me a private message. There's live chat on the website. Send me an email if you find my email somewhere. I don't know how people find it, but send me an email, message, email, live chat on the site, anything that you want. But one last thing before we go, I want to do this in my communities. I want to do this in my content, but especially this program. My number one thing that we're going to start the program off talking about is what's actually important to me is to create a space where people aren't mad at you for talking about money. People aren't mad at you for wanting more. Your goals aren't too big. They're not too small. You don't feel intimidated, but you feel pushed, and you feel, actually what a lot of the women said was, I felt, and this is actually, I feel like this too, but a lot of the women in the program were like, I felt like everyone I surrounded myself with felt like my goals were too big or silly or out there or never going to happen. And when I joined this program, I felt like my goals were too small. And they never felt like that before. And I can relate to that because, I mean, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but if you can, I think we're destined to be together. But I remember being afraid. I actually have lied to coaches about my goals and made them smaller because I felt like if I told them my real goal and what I really wanted, they think I was like batshit crazy, like never gonna hit that. And obviously I'm smart and I'm strategic, and I didn't want anyone to look at me that way. So I don't know if any of you can relate to that, or if I'm just like out there crazy, but I seriously want to create that space where your goals are not too big. People aren't like, oh, like this is what I hated being in group programs sometimes, is I would say what I was doing and people would be like, oh, I know, like, I would say what I had an 8K month, but I really wanted to hit that 10K or whatever, right? And then someone would be like, well, I wish I was making 8K, like, I would be totally happy. I've had this happen to me so many times. And it makes you feel like crazy, right? It makes you feel like people don't get you, and it makes you even reconsider your goals, and that's so stupid. So, regardless of if this is the program for you or not, I want you to know that that's really what I want my community to be, is a place where you can be as big as you want, take up as much space as you want, energetically, physically if you want, I don't know, but you can have goals as big as you want, and you're not going to be judged and feel like that. And obviously a paid program is the best way for me to do that because I have more control, but yeah, I just am really passionate about that because I hate every time that's happened to me. I've even been at live events where I would talk about like, oh, this is what I'm doing in my business, and I really want to get here and I'm fresh. I even talked about one time at an event and was crying about, I was making really great money, but I hated what I was doing, and I hated the situations I was in and how much time I was spending. I was exhausted, and I was emotional about it, right? And I'm sharing it, and then somebody got up and talked for themselves, and they're like, I'm so annoyed because if I was making as much money as her, like I would be I don't even care how hard I have to work to get there. Like it's fine. And then I was just like, even worse. Cause it was just like, am I greedy? Am I selfish? No, you're not. You deserve all of that. And you still deserve to have a life and have time and all of that, right? Yes, I feel this. I'm half embarrassed by my goals right now, honestly. It drives me nuts when people feel like they're crazy for the goals that they have. It drives me absolutely nuts. Sucks. And what really sucks is that it happens in the entrepreneur space. And what even sucks now being on the other side, obviously I have goals way beyond where I'm at, right? But even where I'm at, and I see people like doing that to people who are making 5, 10, 20K a month. And I'm like, and people are making them feel like that it's bad for them to want any more. And I'm like, oh my God, they're barely making enough to survive. You know, like, especially knowing where a lot of us want to scale our businesses, like when you get there, it's almost nothing anymore. And I'm so grateful for where I'm at. And obviously we should all be so grateful if you're making 5K, 10K, 15, 20, if you're making less or more than that, like, yes, be grateful, celebrate. It's so worthy. I'm not trying to say anything about you. You know, I'm all about it. If you hit your first 10K month, freaking brag it from the rooftops, come into my group, make 50 posts about it. I don't care. I love it actually. So yeah, I guess I do care because I love it. But I'm just saying in this conversation that we're having together, let's realize that it's in BD, no big deal. And we've got a lot farther to go and we're going to get there very soon. And, everything we need is right in front of us. So if the mastermind is really speaking to you, come join us. I think the price is epic. There's limited spots. To be really honest, I know this is going to be a question I'm getting, how many people are going to be allowed. Our last round, I think we had about 10 people. I think at the most, I'll let it be a couple more people than that, a little bit bigger than that, but it's going to be an intimate group. It's not a group program that's going to have 50 or 100 people or anything like that. And if you have any questions, though, reach out because this is a investment and it's one that if you're the right person, I feel like you're probably going to be, is it really the right fit? Is it really what I need? So feel free to reach out because I want you to feel really confident in it, okay? So love you all. Thank you for being here, especially those that you hung out with me in the comments and supported me along the way. I appreciate it because talking about money and stuff like that's never easy. So thank you. Appreciate you. Bye, everybody.